back. You're watching and listening to Breakfast with Stephen and Ellie.
Good. It said Anne. I was waiting for you, but you said Ellie. Very good.
No.
Now, we're going to take you through the papers now. The Sunday Times leads with a young mother who has been jailed in England for 2 years for having an abortion. And Rishi Sunak's multi-billion-pound package promise to ease the cost of living crisis.
The Observer has Gordon Brown warning the Tory government and Boris Johnson that they need to sign off on an emergency budget to combat the cost of living.
The Daily Mail say 4 in 10 boat migrants are from war-free Albania. That's according to a leaked military intelligence report.
Yeah, that's the wrong paper though. But there you go, never mind. And the Sunday Express has that exclusive that we had with Rishi Sunak, where he promised to jail child groomers for life.
And The Independent says funds for struggling families should be increased by the next UK Prime Minister by another £15 billion.
Sunday Telegraph has hose pipes. The Environment Secretary George Eustice urges more water companies to ban them.
And The Sun leads with an exclusive. Cruel Becky. Friends of ex-agent Caroline Watt have said that she is cruel.
The Sunday Mirror has the NSPCC's alert over TikTok people targeting schoolgirls who are apparently being paid for wearing their school uniform.
And how do I say this? You take this.
Well, Heidi Hi.
Heidi
Oh,
Hi.
you see,
Heidi Hi Sue.
this is where you miss out on the youth miss out on the joys of British comedy.
You take this.
Daily Star Sunday has Heidi Hi hero Sue Pollard. She's hit out at BBC bosses for making comedy shows too political, and she just wants more laughs. I love Sue Pollard.
And The Sunday People. Britain is facing an eco-meltdown. They have an exclusive about activist plans to start a mass protest at Westminster. Well, the last thing we need is more protests, isn't it?
Oh, you missed out on Sue Pollard. You're not familiar with Sue Pollard?
No.
Oh, she'll just want it to be a yellow coat. Just want it to be a yellow coat.
I'll do my homework, Stephen, next time.
Really
YouTube.
grainy little videos on YouTube, I'm sure you'll...
Oh, and Gladys Pugh. Morning campers. Oh,
I know all these
brilliant.
references. That's a good
Gladys
sign.
Pugh, that woman is my... Gladys Pugh, I can't remember the name of the actress now. My hero, that woman. Loved her. Absolutely adored her. Loved to meet her in real... Never met her. I'd love to meet Gladys Pugh.
I don't know if she's still with us.
Yes, she is.
What?
Yeah, she's not very old. Gladys Pugh.
Stop it.
Ruth Maddox.
Marianne's putting her in the
That's a
ground.
Ruth Maddox. Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
Apologies.
Oh, Ruth is still be about, yeah. You've got Ruth Maddox.
I'm going to keep quiet now.
But you're going to upset him now if he has...
She's 79.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Ruth.
Ruth, if you happen to be watching or someone who knows Ruth is watching, tell me what are on the show, just for a chit-chat about, I don't know, being Ruth Maddox.
She can introduce herself to me as well.
Love the woman. Anyway, let's go through the papers. As you can see, Marianne Hotter and Tom Slater are here. Marianne, let's start off with some good news in the Sunday Times.
Yep, so this is a young lad who Andrew Flintoff, Freddie Flintoff, the England cricketer, met making a TV documentary that I know you've seen, Ellie. And the good news is that this cricket prodigy, he's 16, he's from Afghanistan, he's called Adnan Mikhail, and remember that name because he will be in the England cricket team in a few years' time. He can already bowl at 85 miles an hour. He learned to play cricket in the village that he grew up, very rural, very impoverished, with a tennis ball and a tree trunk. And he had to escape Afghanistan because his father was actually fighting with the insurgents, took his older brother off to be a fighter as well, and came back 10 days later and said, "Good news, your son is dead," said the mum. "Good news, your son is dead, he's now in paradise." And she was like, "You're going to take Adnan next, you can't." So she helped smuggle him out so that he would be safe. And he's had a terrible time getting to UK, but good news, his asylum claim has been acknowledged, it's been approved, so now he has the right to remain here. He's learning English, he's an astonishing cricket player, and good news all round.
Yeah.
It's a lovely story because I do really suggest you watch this. It's Freddie Flintoff's Field of Dreams. It's a 3-part series. It's on the BBC, and it's about him taking in local boys and teaching them how to play cricket. And Adnan really stands out. In the first episode, they're like, who is this protege who's incredible? And the story unfolds. So to hear that he can now stay here, because it did end on that cliffhanger of will he be able to stay? Will he be able to continue to play cricket? It's a very happy ending.
And I think it's another example. You know, we've talked a lot about sports being this opportunity to be a better self and to really grow as an individual, and about girls having access to PE and access to football. This is another one, cricket. I mean, whatever the sport is, it gives people opportunities to really
That's like Mo Farah.
thrive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the Sunday Telegraph. Tom, seagulls, oh dear, they're pinching more chips.
They are. Complaints are soaring, as the headline puts it here. They've doubled in 5 years, apparently. So only pinching people's chips on the seaside, but also actually attacking some people as well. There's been some nasty cases. A woman the other week who said she was left looking like something from a Freddy Krueger film, in her words, after a seagull attacked. The various different local councils who've fed back into this particular survey point out that there's been this rule change which makes removing nests and eggs much more difficult, they believe, has led to this particular surge. And it's also reflects a kind of shift whereby seagulls, herring gulls are essentially moving away from the coast and into towns and cities, increasingly because their habitats have been disturbed. So what that means is that a lot of places where you might not have seen this before are starting to get those kind of nuisances, the
Not
noise,
their
this,
fault.
that.
It's not their fault. I mean, where I grew up, there's seagulls everywhere, and you just learn to deal with it.
Learn to live with them.
It's the blooming tourists who then moan about they're not used to protecting the bag of chips.
Well, it's tricky though, isn't it? Because there's a certain point at which you just can't eat chips outside because the gulls are big and they are,
they're
they're
big, yeah.
designed to take things out of the sky. And you don't want to have a fight with a big beaky bird.
No, you don't.
Yeah. I find them quite threatening. When
No,
I'm
you just gotta.
Just means you got.
So how do you
What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
just
you need
want this-
lessons.
Yeah, exactly. What the tips
No,
do.
nature's
About them.
winning. Sometimes nature wins, and that's fine.
Have you had any particularly bad run-ins?
No, because if you see it, you just either shoo them off or stay away. Fine, I'm all for them. I love them.
Yeah, they're good. Maybe an umbrella. Would that work? You could eat your chips under a brolly.
Yeah, you could or cheese. Yeah, that'd work.
Never thought of that.
That'd
Let's
work.
try it out.
Lower speed limits in the Sunday Times, Marianne.
Yes. So.
That's gonna cheer us up.
Well, I chose it because I thought it's a bit of a conversation starter, isn't it? So this is particularly in the area in the Surrey Hills. Obviously, once you get off a kind of a speed restricted dual carriageway, for example, you're on those national speed limit country lanes, 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Don't forget, a speed limit is a limit, not a target.
Oh yeah.
But things like, if you're walking down a country road, or cycling down a country road, you do fear for your life because you might not have anywhere to leap into the hedge to escape the driver, storming around the blind bend at 60 miles an hour.
Common sense, don't they?
No, they don't. Well, that's the thing. So the British Horse Society have reported that last year 66 horses died on roads because of traffic collisions. 129 more were injured permanently. And so this area around Cold Harbour are trying a reduced speed limit.
Of what?
And the council, instead of just hand-picking specific areas of the road to reduce the speed limit because of a particular incident, in response to an incident, they're trialling a blanket 30 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour speed limit. So you're going to have to go slow, you're going to have to be sensible, and I think it's a good thing.
No, it's too slow.
It's not too slow if it means that
slow.
you're not going to knock over a kid on a bike.
No, but there's got to be common sense involved. And 20 miles an hour is ridiculous.
It stops people dying on the roads. That's a good thing, surely.
Everything's so anti-motorist. I don't get it. There's got to use common. You've got to. And again,
20 miles an hour is still faster than walking. So you can still drive through the village. You have to just do it at a civilised, respectful
through a village
pace.
and all the rest of it, but you just use common. People have got common. The great British people have got common, or most have got common sense.
Then I think that's okay then, because they'll be following the speed limit already, by choice. So anyway, we wait and see.
There you go.
Discuss over your...
Discuss.
Have we got time for stinky cheese?
Yes, good time to stick with you.
Take it
Yes.
away.
Definitely. So Britain's falling in love with stinky cheese, according to a survey by the online grocer Ocado, who has looked at the shopping list of 800,000 people who shop with them, and has found that in some places as much as a fifth of all of the cheese that is being ordered is of the stinky variety. For some reason, Shropshire is a particular leader in this. It's ordering the most stinky cheese out of anywhere else that they looked at, 22% of their shopping baskets. And for some reason, Sunderland and East London are actually at the back of the pack at just 4%. But apparently it's particularly to do with...
Shropshire.
Shropshire, yeah.
Shropshire Blue is a lovely cheese.
See, there we are. I was trying to put 2 and 2 together and I failed earlier, so that's, you know.
Yeah, I think Shropshire Blue is like an orange but blue cheese. You know what I mean?
What are the stinkiest cheeses? Do you have that to hand?
But I don't have the stinkiest here, but they're apparently putting the rise down to the particular success of Stilton and Stinking Bishop.
Stinking Bishop's very popular, isn't it? Oh, I said OI then. I'm getting.
Oh, aye.
That's what I like at home. Yeah, I'm really a northerner. Yeah. Oh, but Stilton, I love Stilton.
Oh,
One of those
it's
things.
brie or
it's
camembert for
like-
me, but they're not.
Stilton isn't super stinky though.
No, it's
It's
not.
not like those oozy
Yeah, like
French
French
ones.
ones.
Yeah, that really smell like a rabbit has died in your fridge.
Gorgonzola, Stinking Bishop, Munster, and Camembert.
Camembert.
10 smelliest cheeses.
There you go. Oh,
Camembert.
there you go. Marianne, Tom, thank you very much indeed. You've lightened things up for us
You
this
have.
morning, which is what we needed. So thank you very much indeed. Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
We've got much more to come for you. All the headlines, all the news and sport, and a bit of showbiz as well in a couple of minutes.